So there are certain terms in the overall antiques and collectibles trade that need to be removed from everyone's lexicon going forward. Meaning there are certain terms out there that people are using to describe their items that they are selling on online auction sites like eBay, or even places like Facebook Marketplace, or heaven forbid, online collecting forums that actually have no meaning. People are describing their items with terminology that has no real meaning. And that's what we're going to talk about in today's video. Now, before I go off on a rant here and name all the terminology that is being used by the eBay thrifters crowd, by people that want to sound smart and think they know the antiques and collectibles trade, I'm going to narrow this video down to just one term that when I see it, I almost feel like wanting to throw up. That particular term is when somebody describes their item as being in collector quality condition. Now, hint, hint, for an upcoming video, a lot of you guys are going to say, well, Sean, what other terms don't you like? Another term that I can't tolerate is museum quality condition. And spoiler alert, there's going to be a whole video devoted to that term some point on this particular channel. But in today's video, we're just going to talk solely about collector quality condition and why this term is completely meaningless in the overall antiques and collectibles trade. So let's say that you have an item, and in this case, we're going to use 3 sample items to drive this point home. I'm going to state a coin, a comic book, and a Pokemon card to prove this point as to why the term collector quality condition is meaningless and tells me nothing about the item you are actually selling in your eBay listing or on your Facebook Marketplace ad. So let's suppose you want to sell a 1921 piece dollar. And lucky you, the piece dollar is graded by PCGS. And you have 2 examples. You have one that is graded in MS, Mint State 64 condition. And you have another example that is graded by PCGS in EF 45, which is known as extremely fine condition. Now, there is a term in the overall antiques and collectibles trade that is known as investment grade. This is a real term. I've done videos on this. I've written articles for Antiques and Auction News on this particular terminology. And what investment grade means, if you're describing an item as being in investment grade, that means that the item is at the top 10 to 15% of the market based on condition and demand alone. So if we're talking graded collectibles, if you look at the population reports for that particular item that you have in your possession, if it ranks in the top 15% of that population report, now some hardcore investors like myself, we like to see items in the top 10%. But I'm telling you, nobody's going to disagree. If you look at an item, it's in the top 15% based on condition and demand, and you list it as investment grade. That's what defines that item as being as noted as investment grade. However, there is no such term in the entire antiques and collectibles trade known as collector quality condition. And I'm going to prove this point home just with this first example that I'm going to give you. The 1921 piece dollar. That coin in MS64 condition is considered an investment grade coin. Now, unfortunately, that same coin in EF45 condition is not an investment grade piece. However, there are different types of collectors with different budgets that are still looking for a 1921 piece dollar. So I'm here to tell you, if you have a 1921 piece dollar in MS64 condition, and you also have one in EF45 condition, both those items can be described as collector quality because you are not specifying what type of collector would be attracted to the item you are selling. Now, for the record, I'm more of an investor, so I tend to go after investment grade pieces. But I assure you, not everybody operating in the rare coin marketplace, not everybody operating in the overall antiques and collectibles trade is going after solely investment grade pieces. There are people out there that just want to own this stuff. They like to own it, and they're willing to settle for a much lower grade. Therefore, when you use the term collector quality condition, given the fact it is a collectible, and most likely someone will want to own it who is a collector, collector quality condition means absolutely nothing. Don't even put it in your listings. Let me expand on this further. Let's say that you're listing comic books. One of my favorite key issue comic books from the Bronze Age era is House of Secrets 92, published by DC Comics, which features the first appearance of Swamp Thing. For that particular book to be considered an investment grade condition, in my opinion, if you want to get it utilizing the optimal collecting grade, you want to buy that book in at least 9.2, if not 9.4 condition. Now, given current prices on that book, I would tell you you're probably better off to go after a 9.2 graded copy at present time rather than trying to buy a 9.4 condition book, because it's going to be about double the price. And for the record, a 9.4 copy of House of Secrets 92 at present time is going to set you back probably around $17,000. You can get a 9.2 condition copy for right around $7,000 to $9,000, depending on the auction site and depending who you're bidding against. So the 9.2 condition copy is the better deal in today's marketplace. Now, that is an investment grade key example. However, if you have a copy of House of Secrets 92, it is a key book from the Bronze Age, and even if you have it in a 3.0 condition and it's not even graded by CGC, if you list that book on eBay, if you list that book on Facebook Marketplace, I guarantee you a collector is going to come along and they're going to want that book. Therefore, even if the book is in 9.2, 9.4, 3.0 condition, whatever it is, it meets the definition of being in collector quality condition already. So you listing that you have a copy of House of Secrets 92 in collector quality condition doesn't tell me anything about the condition of that book or any defects it has. So why are you even putting that in your listing? Let me use one more example to drive this point home before I end this video. Right now, Pokemon cards are very hot. I am an investor in Pokemon cards. I know that shocks a lot of people that watch my videos because they think I'm against Pokemon collectors or investors. That's not true. I tend to go after, though, the coveted WotC Wizards of the Coast vintage era. That's my thing. I do like PSA graded cards from that era. So let's suppose that you have a first edition holofoil of Blaine's Charizard, which is from the coveted Gym Challenge set. It came out in the, I think it was 2000, 1999. Someone correct me in the comment section below. I don't have the card in front of me. I forget when that particular set came out. I want to say early 2000s maybe. However, if you have that card, and if it's graded by PSA in PSA 9 or 10 condition, guess what? You have an investment grade specimen. However, if that card's graded by PSA, or even if it's not graded, and it would grade a 3 on a scale of 1 to 10, it still meets the definition of being collector quality. So when you list collector quality Pokemon card in your eBay description or your Facebook Marketplace ad, it means absolutely nothing. Please stop utilizing this terminology in your listings or in your lexicon going forward. No expert in the antiques and collectibles trade will ever take you seriously if you describe an item as being in collector quality condition. It means absolutely nothing because it is solely based on the preference of the collector in question. Thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I value your thoughts and feedback.